Fly is an organization that partners with young people to transform lives, communities, and systems. And we do that in a very magical way, centered in love and support and community. We've got our first in-person showcase event in the last 3 years. So it's almost like a rejoining of the community, bringing the community back together to lead with love.
Hello, everyone. It's a little strange to have responses. We can't tell you how good it feels to be up here on this stage to share this room with you all today. My name is Riley Seja, and this is my co-host, Anastasia Duenas.
Hello, everyone. It's always such a blessing to be invited on stage to support Fly Youth, and I'm very excited to be here alongside my friend Areli. Like many organizations, friends, and even families, this is Fly's first full capacity event since 2019. I know many of you tuned in for our virtual events the past 2 years, but there's nothing like being here and being able to feel your energy to celebrate the magic of Fly with you all here in person today. And it's only fitting that this year's theme is Lead with Love, a message that we can celebrate every single day.
The amount of growth and maturation and maturity that you actually see that's happened, mostly through their participation in Fly, but also based on the things they've been able to go out and do in the world as a result of using Fly as a springboard. It's amazing, it's powerful, inspirational. So just seeing that growth, seeing that maturity, and seeing it continue to grow and see them continue to transform into these amazing young people, it's really inspiring.
Diana, if you could please enlighten the audience as to how Fly has opened doors to you.
Thanks for that question, Brandy. Fly has opened many doors for me, but most importantly, they made me believe that I can go to college. And I felt that that was the first time I had real control over my life. My Fly case manager, Marianne, did not see my former foster care and juvenile justice involvement as a limitation. She met me at the Whole Foods near my house and we filled out community college applications. I eventually transferred to UC Berkeley, and now, go Bears! And now that I'm on my way to grad school, Fly is supporting me with letters of recommendation, and they've truly been with me every step of the way.
Rose, with your fresh boots on the ground and you on the front lines of what's happening right here, right now at Fly, what do you hope for the future of Fly?
Yeah, thank you for that question, Brittany. My main priority and focus in my role right now is to gather young people, gather our Fly alums, and kind of put them in policy-pushing spaces. So commissions, boards, stuff like that. And the commission right now that we're in connection with, or we're talking with, is really centered around the reimagining of juvenile hall. I would also like to see, our young people being at those tables and being in those policy-pushing spaces more because of, Fly expanding and stuff like that. So that was my hope for Fly.
So Jairo, with all of your previous experience with Fly and life in general, what advice would you give to your younger self?
That's a good question, Brandy. I think this is a question that is a really difficult question because you really got to sit down and think about it. And the way I broke it down is that I thought of two versions of me. I thought of 15-year-old Jairo first. So at 15 years old, where I was at is I had straight Fs in school. I had just got out of juvenile hall. I was on juvenile probation. And a lot of that was due to the circumstances at home. The domestic violence at home really filled me with a lot of pain and anger. And I think what I would tell that kid is that everything's gonna work out how it's supposed to work out, and this pain and anger isn't gonna be around forever. And I would also tell that kid that success is subjective. The only person that I need to make proud is myself. I really wanna emphasize spending time with the people that you love, because my mom, because of COVID and because of how sick she was, only got to meet my daughter once a couple days before she passed away. My daughter was sleeping, so my daughter never got to see my mom. And I think I should have taken the time before that, because I have an older son who's 5. I should have taken the time before that to put the resentment that I had towards my mom to the side and really build that relationship with her as her son, but also build those memories with my son and his grandma, because he doesn't have those now. So that's really key for me right now, spending time with people that matter and spending time with people that I love.
Injustice prevails where hopelessness persists. And in too many schools, there are hopeless teachers. In too many communities, there are hopeless law enforcement officers. There are hopeless judges, hopeless lawyers. And we've got to disrupt that hope with the kind of intervention that allows us to wrap our arms around young people and see the undeniable hope that they possess, the joy, the capacity for change, the brilliance, the energy, the dynamism that is so valuable. And that's the joy of the work of FLY, is that they understand that there's nothing more precious than helping a young person reach their goals, to achieve the great aspirations that we should all have for young people in our society.
FLY means a lot to me because they've been supporting me throughout all the stages of my life. While I was struggling through probation to graduating high school, now that I'm off to grad school, they continue to be in my corner. FLY loves every one of their youth, and they're really cheering us on to succeed.
I have the honor today to celebrate and thank a dear friend and FLY legend, Susie Rivera. So as many of you know, after over 21 years of service, Susie is courageously and gracefully leaving FLY as an employee to have the space to write the next chapter in her life journey. And given the unique influence Susie has had on thousands of youth, staff, volunteers, and stakeholders, this morning and this afternoon we want to celebrate Susie, and we want to announce a special award that we're going to give out in her honor.
I stand here just very, very grateful and thankful for so many of you in this room and so many of you that are not in this room, and for the FLY youth. I love you. For all the FLY youth, thank you for being a part of my journey up until this point, and thank you ahead of time for being a part of my journey as I move forward. Thank you all.
FLY is reaching young folks that have been marginalized or written off, or for whom the expectations aren't that high. FLY helps those students and those young people become their best selves.
FLY is already making a huge difference in our community, and with your support, it can continue to do so. Thank you for your consideration of supporting FLY, and for all of you long-term supporters, we truly are grateful. Thank you.
We had a wonderful program. We heard from a lot of amazing young people who shared a lot of wisdom and insight about their own growth, and in a lot of ways that paralleled FLY's growth.
We hope you enjoyed today's event and that you'll take the notebooks at your table home with you and use them every day with that little reminder to lead with love.
It has been a pleasure being your host. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for supporting FLY.